on from the oldest daughter to the youngest sister, I just am going to touch on a little bit. I mean, Vicky's actually just said my speech, so I'm redundant. But I thought I'd tell you a little bit about it, because all of you will know my sister Ellen. I thought I'd tell you a little bit about our family, where Colleen fitted in. So she was our second oldest sister. Our oldest sister, Dawn, died when she was only 2 years old during the World War II years, when Colleen was just a baby. So our poor mum had quite a struggle there. 2 years later, our one and only dear brother arrived, and followed by a succession of more women in the family. So there was Lynn, our lovely, hello Lynn, our Aussie sister, who we are live streaming to, we hope, at the moment. Pat was next, and then after a little gap there was Erin, and then 3 years later me. And I just want to clear up something once and for all. She's told everyone for years she's the younger sister. She is not the younger sister, I'm the younger sister. So it's okay, we do. That makes me 16 years younger than my lovely darling sister Colleen, who I really, because of that, looked on more like a mum figure, and I think you did too. And she actually did help with our caring when we were very young, because mum was an older mum when she had me, and a bit tired by then, so Coles and our sister Lynn, I think, did a lot of that caring for us too, so she is like a mum. And we as young children spent many happy years up in Christchurch, because we all come from Dunedin. And we have memories of lovely, long, hot summer days with the girls, and in their house in Waltham, and long days at Waltham swimming pool. The summers seemed to be long and hot and fabulous in those days. And my other strong memory of that time is fresh white bread banana sandwiches, because I think that's what we got every day, and they're absolutely delicious, because Coles just love to feed people, as you'll all know. And and what I was going to mention too was we were also included in the major sewing projects. And you would have seen some of the photos of the beautiful matching outfits. And as Aaron says, we'd arrive from Dunedin as individuals and go back to Dunedin as clones. But anyone that knew Coles in those early days of her marriage and when the kids were little knew she was a brilliant budgeter, and she was always, I just remember always cutting out newspaper coupons where the specials were and racing around the supermarkets to get the specials. And it was incredibly important for her to make sure there was a nutritious meal on the table for those girls and Ellen every single night, including when they're on camping holidays. And she's notorious and infamous in our family for, on one of these camping holidays with the family, serving up hot corned beef with all the trimmings, all the vegetables, on a stinking hot summer night. But it was so important to her, the girls had to eat properly. So, and who's to know that years later we found out she actually hated cooking all her life. But there you go, the girls never missed out. And I just look back on those days, her house was always pristine, her family well fed, beautifully dressed, she kept down part-time work. She was just an amazing, I guess, product of the 50s, really. And I have to touch on the travelling trips, and there will be the wonderful trips away too, because that's the one thing I'll miss very terribly with Colleen, is sharing a movie with her, or ringing her up and saying, oh my God, there's a decent British series on TV, or a good comedy, or going to a show. And one of my favourite memories is that Langham weekend, and all her girls came, and Lee from Australia with her mum Lynn, and we just, you were there, oh thank God. All of us sisters. And there was a special on, because we booked out 5 rooms at the Langham in Auckland. The special was you got a bottle of champagne in a bucket delivered to your room every day. So we would gleefully all run into one room and just sit there and wait, and then 5 staff would arrive with their champagne buckets with a bottle of champagne for everybody. We loved it. Special colleague. You just see her face would be beaming. You know, she just loved time with us and all these trips away. And the other particularly special one for me was the Perth trip, where all my sisters went on a cruise. I didn't, because I I get seasick, but yeah, there was, but we all ended up in Cairns, Australia, where my son lives. And my older son, I don't just have this gorgeous young man there in the corner. And we all met up there and had this fabulous holiday for Pat's 60th birthday. And went round to Dwayne's house one night and just had the most magic barbecue around the pool. It was just one of those perfect moments. So that's my other really strong, well, one of the many happy memories that we had. And of course, I have to mention the family feast that we continue to have. We had another impromptu one last night where her 4 daughters just provide these amazing meals all the time. And for some bizarre reason, that loathing of cooking did not pass on to the next generation, because they're all fabulous cooks and they love to feed people. And Colleen loved to feed people, she just didn't like the cooking process. But I'll just finish by saying, I think Ellen, the best wife a man could have, and a just superb mother and sister and nana and cousin and auntie and niece and friend to everyone, and she'll be very sorely missed by us all. Thank you.
My dear Mum, thank you for the million kind things you've done and said. Thank you for bringing me up to believe anything is possible. Thanks for being spontaneous, fun and adventurous. Thanks for showing me it's okay to live by your own rules, that every problem has a solution, and that a Riley or a Peugeot can take a corner as well as a race car if the driver is good enough. Thank you for the most wonderful childhood, where our pyjamas were warmed in front of the fire, where we felt loved, protected and cherished by you and Dad, and where we were praised for every accomplishment, no matter how small and seemingly insignificant. Thanks for understanding how kids work and stuffing a giant licorice all sword in my mouth as you pushed a grey's knee into the bath. Thanks for embarrassing me and Howard when we were teenagers by coming out of the change rooms at Hannah Nicole's with a purple shower cap on your head and a smile on your face. Thanks for encouraging living life to the full. Thank you for being the kindest, sweetest, most brave, most invincible mum. Thanks for everything, Mum. The million kind things you've done and said. You're a darling, and I'll miss you.
Hello everyone, I'm Tegan and I'm the oldest of all Nina's grandchildren, which are all standing here. And I'm going to talk to you all today about some of the memories that we have of Nina. This is a very sad day for us all. We were all extremely close to our Nina and have so many wonderful memories of her. Weekends on the farm, feeding the animals and bringing in the hay, helping Nina with her scrapbooking and card making, and family gatherings for every possible occasion. Nina played such a big part in all of our lives and was always the first in line to come to all of our sports games, school plays and concerts, music recitals and kapahaka performances. When any of us were off overseas, Nina was always at the airport to wave us goodbye, and her smiling face was one of the first you would see when you walked through the airport gate to come home. One of the funny memories I have of Nina was, like Trace mentioned, her driving. She was definitely a speedster, and I think we learnt the same pedal to the metal from Nina. She would drive 100 miles an hour, so busy chatting away to you that she would start to veer off the road into the grass verges of the country. Joe Dog, Nina and Granddad's dog, was always along for the ride and loved going everywhere with Nina. Nana spoilt Jo just as she did all of her grandchildren, and as Jo got older she decided it was unfair to feed him dog food, so started cooking him his own special meals. One night I was out at the farm for dinner and lifted the lid off the pot on the stove thinking it was a yummy stew for us to have. And Nana said, "Oh no, that's not for us, that's Jo's dinner." Nana always wanted to make sure that each of her grandchildren knew they were special. So, once a year we would have a special day with Nana. She would take us to do something that she knew we would love. Movies, shopping, shows, fairs, tram rides around the city, and special lunches. Two of the special days that I will always remember are when I was 4 or 5 years old and my mum would always put me in very boring practical shoes. Nana knew how much I loved shoes, so she took me to the kids section in Dowson's and said I could pick whatever I wanted. I'm not sure at this stage whether I was thinking just to pick what I liked the most or that Nana's letting me get whatever I want, so I'll pick what I think Mum will hate the most. But it probably ended up being the same thing. I picked white patent leather shoes with a heel covered in diamantes that were completely impractical for a 4-year-old. But I loved them and wore them until my feet couldn't possibly fit them anymore. Another special day I remember with Nana was when she took me to the Royal New Zealand Ballet and they were performing the Nutcracker. I was probably about Ella's age and I was sitting there thinking how bored I was, but that I didn't want Nana to say that I wasn't enjoying myself. But then when I looked over at Nana, she was sound asleep with her head back and mouth open. So I woke her up and she whispered to me, "This is so boring, let's get out." So we snuck out at the half-time intermission. We all have so many lovely memories of Nana that we will always cherish. It's hard to put into words how much Nana meant to us all. She was so special. I think we can all say how lucky we are, not only to have wonderful parents, but to have had such an amazing Nana that has had such a huge impact on all of our lives. We love our Nana very much and she will be greatly missed.
Thank you all for coming for my Nana. Nana we loved, the Kapui Lakes feeding the ducks, the hasty tasties, the playhouse, the 3 beers cheers, the craft, the tiny cups of tea, all the flower shows, all the food even when we weren't hungry, the golden looks, the borrowed jumpers even when we weren't cold, the beautiful birthday cards, the cuddles, the welcome homes at the airport, all the waving goodbye on the porch. And Nana, we loved with the love.
What wonderful memories you all have. Thank you for sharing them with us.